Good morning, everyone. Hope all of you are having a great day today. Thanks for joining me today. Um, Today, I'm going to talk about a little bit of adversities, how you can turn the adversities into the opportunities, and what are the genetic adversities we do go through in our lives, and what are the things that we need to take away, and how we should keep our focus on our aim, whatever you want to achieve in your life. Now, keeping faith and keeping yourself calm at all times is very difficult because we are just human beings and a lot of emotions. It's like a graph, like a stock market can go up and down. And but it's your state of mind and those low times, how you stand up against um, the odds and still be able to smile, still be able to keep your focus on your goals is most important things. When everything is going right, everyone is happy, you have a great family, friends, and good finances, excellent, everything is going well. And that is where your true character comes and how you deal your circumstances when the difficult times do come, which is part and parcel of life. And difficulty is not necessarily means that you have to go through the depressions, but I know again, pain and gain, losses is always part of life. You know, at some point of time, we do happen to experience the people who we love most are departing, and that's not an easy situation to cope up, and it's not as easy said and done. But however, and how you can cope up on those kind of circumstances and still keep your journey moving ahead, and most important thing is keeping your focus on what you want to achieve and what you want to become at the end of the day during the journey. I mean, is most important things. So perhaps I just wanted to suggest some of the autobiographies which would help you um, um, to recall yourself. Whenever you're in a down times, it depends on areas of interest. Or if you may already know some of you, whichever the field you are in, that you admire most, and you can keep them as a role model or think them as a role model. That is a person you want to raise above their standards is something that you need to think. I mean, if you have someone in mind, whichever the arena you are in, whichever the circumstances you are in, more than happy. But then you keep those spirits high when the things goes not the way you think that you should go. So, however, I'm going to suggest some of the biographies which inspired me a lot. And when I look at those people who raised about their adversities, and well, just a few glimpses of things what they had gone through, and how they raised up and above and still be able to left a mark on a society in a great positive note. Is something that we should be always looking at it. I mean, that's not only the autobiographies, but then there are many areas, as I said, in areas of your interest, you could be looking at it. The first person I'm going to talk about, and uh, which is highly regarded as the greatest personalities, is one of the United States of America president. He is none other than Mr. Benjamin Franklin. He was widely considered as the founding father of United States. He was a statesman, inventor, and a writer, where he influenced a lot of people through his writings. His inventions came as a lightning rod, bifocals, and Franklin stuff. And those inventions, out of many inventions, so those are all widely recognized. Lightning rod is nothing but as we speak, as we use for all the big structures, um, for the safety, that we still use those lightning rods in order to protect from the thunders. I'm sure you can Google it and you can see how did it happen to invent that, and what are these reasons behind those things. So there are many inventions he did, and he helped drafting Constitution of United States of America. He was he's, he was there in $100 bill from year 1914 as we speak till today. So and then he was just born in a small family. His father was a soap and a candy maker, and his education stopped at the age of 10, and he started working at the age of 12 as an apprentice. Now, if you look at, of course, that's on a 17th century, but however, if you look at the circumstances at that time and the focus and what he wanted to achieve, maybe at some point of time, I'm sure some ideals he had and something that he wanted to do, it just all of a sudden things will not happen. But eventually, step by step, they take those steps and then they leave behind these kind of legacies for us to learn, and those kind of adversities, how they can overcome and still be able to talk on these days. Whereas he lived in the 17th century and 18th century is gone around 19th century, and we are pretty much into the 20th century. So we still talk about those kind of great leaderships. And that would be one of the greatest books that you could read of his autobiography, whichever the versions is available and e-platforms. And at later stages, where Mr. Abraham Lincoln had referred in his autobiography also, he was majorly influenced by the writings of Benjamin Franklin. So that says it all. And I hope you take your time to read autobiography of Benjamin Franklin's, which will be able to help you. And gentlemen, I would like to recommend to read his autobiography is Abraham Lincoln. Mr. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States. Number of failures he has seen throughout his life, and the persistence on keeping himself irrespective of the odds, but made him a great leader. He was very well recognized for his speeches which he gave for the Civil War and a Gettysburg speech. The number of failures he started. His formal education was only about 12 months, and he lost his mother when he was 9, and he lost his sister when he was 19, and he got married and he had 4 sons. Out of 4 sons, he lost 3 sons. That is on his personal front. In terms of the political arena, at least 7 to 8 failures he had before he became a president of the United States in 1860. So there is something about his leadership skills that each and every one of us should, read and understand, and what made him to stay strong irrespective of the odds. What are the cause? What is that he was thinking? What was his mindset? And what he wanted to achieve, and what he wanted to become, and how he wanted to contribute, what made him was one of the greatest leaders of all time for the United States of America. And then if you read, this said again, persistence, in midst of so many failures, so many losses, he still, at the end, he turned out to be a greatest leader. Those experiences made him, those attributes, how to stay strong with the midst of adversities, make you a strong leader, strong man, strong personality, to see the next day with a big smile and still keep moving, that the better days are ahead is what keeps you going forward with a great faith. Third autobiography I would like to recommend is M.K. Gandhi, who was the father of the nation and who widely known as the name as Bapu. The number of things he had done for the country with the non-violence movement, Quit India movement, SALT, Satyagraha, many things, you name it. And he also comes with the early ages, though he has a great education. The early ages, he lost his father at 16, and with the circumstances which was happening around him, made him to, volunteer himself for the benefit of the humanity, at least in India, and influenced many lives in his role, in his days. There are many things that you can learn from the actions and how he influenced the many people and still influences the many people around us. Fourth book I would recommend to read about Albert Einstein. All of you know who is Mr. Albert Einstein is. He couldn't be able to speak till the age of 4. When he finished his graduation, he didn't get a job about 2 years, so he has to start as an apprentice. And then later comes greatest work. He worked for 10 years, General Theory of Relativity, and they're widely recognized by entire his work, and then entire humanity is benefiting out of those works, which all of you know. And then if you read those glimpses of entire his autobiography of how, where, and how he had gone through the stages of what he wanted to achieve, and then till the time he left this place, is really worth reading and knowing. But finally, this is not only the finally, I'm saying that those are the 5 books I think that any one of you should think of reading. There's Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela is widely considered to be the greatest leader across all nations. When I was just going through his biography, the first time I got to know that he spent 27 years on and off in a prison, which tells it all. And in the book called Long Walk to the Freedom, there's so many things that you can pick up and which can influence your life, and how to stay strong irrespective of what kind of situations we are going through at this present. So those 5 books would be able to give you a little bit of how to stay strong and how you keep yourself calm and composed when the things not going the way you should go. And that's part of life. And I sincerely recommend, or at least go through the videos what is available on YouTube, just to see the glimpses of their achievements and what they have done and how did they have cope up, etc. So that those at least the 1 or 2 points will inspire you to stay strong if you are in a lows of your life, or else maybe it will help you in the future for you to stay strong. And expecting the best in each and every circumstance is what makes us, our faith alive and our future alive. And if you lose hopes, basically you can't function. Hope and faith is what keeps you alive and keeps you that tomorrow is better than today. But making sure that what you have done today has to be absolutely be given 100% or beyond 100% of your efforts for you to see those kind of results and for the future to come. With that note, I would like to leave you today, and I wish you have a wonderful day ahead and whichever the time zones you are in. Thank you very much. Be good, do good, and influence the people around you. I'm going to leave some of the greatest quotes I find that inspiring me, and which I pretty much go through on a daily, just to roughly go through and to see. So those things will keep you motivated. So if you would prefer to go through, I'm going to leave a copy and a PDF of 10 best quotes of each and every gentleman, what the names which I had referred, which will be able to help you. Thank you very much once again. Be good, do good, influence the people around you. Thank you. Stay confident.